So much about politics is bleak and depressing these days. You got to take a good laugh when you can get one. I had one this weekend when I saw the map of Colorado put out by Republican Scott Bottom's campaign for governor. This shows all the places that he's done campaign stops, except at least 9 of the towns and cities on this map are nowhere near their actual locations. Maybe we can zoom in for you here. Far southeast Colorado, where the campaign put Strasburg, yeah, that is absolutely not where Strasburg is. It's like 150 miles to the northeast. Then up there along the Kansas line, that would be the famous border town of Lyman. Nope, that is not where Lyman goes either. And that is just the start of a slew of clearly AI-generated messes on that map. Republican gubernatorial candidate Scott Bottom's campaign messing up a map of Colorado is kind of funny, but it's not a big deal, right? Mistakes happen, and those glaring AI mistakes are particularly easy to spot these days. Kind of made for a fun game to spot all of the misplaced cities and towns. But it raises a larger issue of how often we in the news media are sucked into fake outrage over little mistakes like that. Now, I didn't hear any Democrats pretending to be outraged by a GOP candidate's butchered map of Colorado. But stop and think for a second if it was a Democratic candidate for governor, coming off like he couldn't find his aspen with both hands or didn't know his holly from a hole in the ground. We both know that we would hear all about how disrespectful that was to rural Colorado, how it showed the candidate didn't care about people outside the Denver-Boulder corridor. Then the fake outrage would trudge its predictable path from the political figures to their favorite radio and TV stations, and then eventually most every media outlet in Colorado would be talking at least about the reaction to the mix-up, as if the outrage is real, and as if it was news. It's not. And most journalists know better. But fake outrage gets attention and clicks, and covering it keeps journalists from being called biased. So too often, we go along with it even when we know there is nothing to it. We have too many real problems to keep getting worked up over fake ones. A campaign's messed up map of Colorado is not a real problem. I don't think this one will be treated as if it is. And if we're smart and honest, the next potential fake outrage won't either.